Hello, 8th grade Randolph Raiders, and welcome to your very first community project meeting. Today we'll be reviewing the different aspects of the community project, and I'm Mrs. Grayboys, your IB Medic Coordinator. We'll be going through the details of what this project will look like. Let's go ahead and get started. So what is the community project? It is an international baccalaureate requirement established back in 2015 for the services action portion of your IB program. It is really enabling you as a student to engage within the community in a different element of service and explore different things that you are passionate about and what you would like to see as changed in the world. This is also part of the IBO and CMS mandate requirements for your middle years program, year 3 or 8th grade completion. So our goal at Randolph is to provide you with a variety of opportunities to develop your own knowledge and attitudes and skills regarding an inquiry project, especially in such a self-managed and self-directed way. We hope to empower you with the options of choice that we give you throughout the project and to practice your different skills in communication and responsibility as you move through the requirements of this program. So why is it important to you? So we really want to see you make change as best as possible. There's different ways to make change with direct, indirect service, advocacy, or research. So any of those avenues we hope that you can engage in to facilitate some sort of knowledge or change within your own neighborhood. There's a lot of power of choice, finding who you can possibly work with, but also a topic of focus that you find of interest. It's a continuation requirement. Those students that are hoping to continue their IB program and continue on to get an IB diploma as a 12th grader, an incomplete community project can mean that you are removed from the magnet program as a high schooler. For those students that are maybe choosing a different magnet program or continuing on to their high school, this is part of the 8th grade completion requirement as a magnet program. So again, still just as important to you. And we want to be sure that we complete this appropriately so that we can complete our CMS school board requirements, but also our Randolph requirements. So what's the format and who are the key people? This will continue out throughout second quarter, concluding right after spring break on April 18th. All 8th grade IB students will work in teams of 4 to 7 students and will be assigned a Randolph staff member known as a supervisor. That staff member you'll get to know as they have chosen the topic or area of interest that you'll be working on. I just want to highlight that you are not alone in this project. You have people to get feedback from, you have your peers to talk to, so never think that this is something that you're standing alone doing. Your supervisor will be a specific contact person throughout your project, but I myself as the coordinator am happy to give ideas and brainstorm as long as you communicate those questions with me. We can be sure that everyone's involved. So student teams, you will first be tasked with investigating an element or a cause about your topic that you find passionate about, and then to design an action plan. So what are you going to do to make a positive impact? The way we're going to determine how you're going to make that positive impact and if you were successful is through completion of Google Drive documents. So your supervisor will release those documents to you week by week as you are meeting and will provide feedback to you as needed throughout the project. At the conclusion, you will be asked to complete a showcase presentation to 6th and 7th grade students so they can see what you accomplished and get ideas for their own community project in the years to come. How do you pick your team? Well, in about a week, we will have a community and project student topic Google form that will be available on the community and service website where you'll be able to log in, give your homeroom information, your student name, and then all the different topics will be listed and you'll pick your top choice and submit that. Now I do want you to be aware that the way the Google form is created is it will automatically delete topics as they are filled. So there will be max out numbers ranging from 4 students to 7 students, just depending on the topic and meeting location. So please be aware that you might not get your first choice if you log on maybe a day or 2 after that sheet is released. So have some backups. If you wish to work with certain people or a certain peer group, please talk to them and I'll decide what topic you guys might be signing up for. Changes will be very limited. We have to get over 350 students registered in a group, and unfortunately we won't be able to accommodate every request, so please make sure you have maybe your top 3 picks ready to go before you register. A list of those topics will be made available on the website by the week before, so by the 12th, the end of this week. So when do you meet your team? Teamwork time will be provided. This will be during IB days every 2 weeks. So beginning on February 1st and then again on February 15th and so on throughout the middle of April, you'll have about a 50-minute work time with your team from 9:20 to 10:10, where you'll go meet with your supervisor, whoever that staff member is. It will be in their classroom or separate meeting location, and meet with your team to work on your project. And the documents that you'll be assigned should really guide the conversation, but they might need to be altered in order to make the best use of your time. So know that you do have the ability to do that with your supervisor and talk that over with them as needed. So what do you submit to your supervisor? Your community project documents show us the story of how you completed your service. So it's really important that you complete each document and turn it in with a week of an assignment. So if you were submitted or assigned a document on February 1st, we'd expect it in no later than February 8th, shared back or sent to your supervisor as they've requested you to, so they can give you feedback before the following meeting. Please understand, in order to prevent any lost work or making additional copies, everything will be digital, and because every student does have a Chromebook, we will be using that tool to do a paperless community project as much as possible. What are your next steps? So right now you have received a letter that looks like the example to the right of the screen. This letter just details information to families at home regarding the community project, and it is important for you to bring back this bottom sheet with your name, homeroom teacher, your parent's name, and their signature, just saying that they're aware that the handbook was released and that you have been sharing this information with home, because you will need their support throughout the project in order to be successful. So this bottom sheet of the letter is due on Friday. Following that, the next week, which is next week on Tuesday after the MLK holiday, the area of interest sign-up sheet will be available on the community service website. So I have the header of that page. It was just released today, the Community Project 2018 page, where all the important dates are listed, key reminders, and then anything that I provide you, including the handbook, the letter, and this video, will be posted on the website. So you'll be able to access this next Tuesday during RMS time, and the Google form will be made available for you to start registering for your community project topics. And then that sign up will close on the 19th. So you only have about 4 school days to get that completed so that we can go ahead and start organizing those groups. You will be contacted on February 1st from your teacher. You'll receive a hall pass on what classroom to go to and the topic you were assigned based on your request, and you'll meet your supervisor and get started on that day. So you'll find out on that first day, where to go. So nothing to worry about. We will get you all that information. So if you have any questions regarding the community project, feel free to look through the community project handbook, ask a teacher, but you can always come see me. If you're coming to the main office, don't forget a hall pass. I'll have to send you back to class without it. Or you can send me an email at any time with any questions that you might have. Make sure you always keep those doors of communication open so that we can have the most successful community project season. I look forward to all that you accomplish, and let's have a wonderful day. Go Raiders!